Stack your peas.
Yeah.
And use a condom. That is it. Women are not running away. All the money that I spunked when I was younger, I'm happy I did it because I got it out of my system. But all of that drip, the designer, spending all this money here and there,
The bottles.
stack your peas because, brother, I'm telling you, when you get to our age and you get that wake up call and you realize that, you know, at the age of 30, you should have 50 bags saved. And you're sitting there thinking, right, I'm 30 and I've not got that. You're going to think of all the money you wasted on cars, on this and that. Then you, at 40, you're saying you're meant to have 124 grand saved. And once again, that means whether you've invested it and it's come back, but you should have had that amount of money to invest.
You should not be living at home, sponging off your parents, living for free and not saving no money. If you're living at home, if you're still at home at the age of 28 to 32, blood, I want to know, say that you got about 50 grand in your bank account. If not, you got a property or something like that. Car. If you got 2 properties, you're still living at your parents' house, no problem. But you shouldn't be living at your parents' house, age 30, 32, no money, no property. You're on a joke thing, blood. You on a joke thing. If you're living at home and you're 30 years old, you should have at least 50 grand in your bank account. And I explain why. I don't expect everyone to get a high paying job or a decent paying job like me when they're 21 years old. I qualified as an electrician when I was about 21, 22 and I was on 28, 30 grand a year. So I was able to save £1,000 a month. And £1,000 a month, call it 10 grand a year. After 3 years, I was able to save about 30 grand and that. So I was saving 10 grand a year and that. So, but most people are not going to be able to get a high paying job at the age of 25, at the age of 21. They'll get a decent paying job at the age of 25. So therefore, from the age of 25 to 30 years old, you should be able to save up 10 grand a month, i.e. 50 grand after a 5-year period and that. So I don't want to hear no one still living at home at the age of 28, 30, 32 years old with no money in your account. You're on a joke thing, blood. Well, someone who also agrees with me. Funny that, innit? It's funny that he also said at the age of 30 years old, you should have 50 grand stacked. Now, I've never seen that video before. I believe it's old though. I know who the guy is, but I've never seen him say that. I've never heard him say that. Nothing like that. This is the first time I'm coming across that. Now, obviously, he didn't explain how you get to that 50k savings at age 30. Maybe he did in a longer format version of that video. I don't know. What I'm saying is, it's just funny. It's just interesting. 2 men that have both got their heads screwed on, both believe by the age of 30 years old, you should have 50k saved. And then towards the end of the video, he's saying that by the age of 40, you should have, I think, 124 grand saved or have assets that accumulate to 124 grand. And it's easily achievable. Easily achievable. Like I explained in that video, I'm talking about obviously how to save 50k by the age of 30 and that. You should have your 50k saved by the age of 30, yeah? And then, well, if you do 10 grand a year for the next 10 years, that's 50 plus 100, that's 150. Now, I don't expect anyone to be sitting on 150k. That is not smart. You want your money working for you, yeah? I'm telling you right now, if you man have got 40, 50k in your bank account, you need to go and invest that money. It does nothing for you sitting in the bank account. You need to see your money like little workers. They need to go out and, you know, like a little send out. You know, back in the days, there was youths that were send out, go do this, go do that. That's how you got to see your money. They have to be like little workers. Yeah, they got to go out. You know, little worker ants and that. You send your money out and they should be bringing you back an income. So it's easily possible to have sit on 150 grand by the age of 40. I wouldn't recommend anyone sit on that amount of money, but you should have assets that should accumulate to 150k or 124k, what my man said. I'd be interested to know where he got that figure from though. But definitely the 50k at age 30, easily achievable. Easily achievable. By the age of 25, you should be working a job that's paying you some decent money because you've studied, so that someone wants to pay you and you're a technical person, someone wants to pay you some decent money. So therefore, you should be able to save up £1,000 a month and do that for the next 12 months. Obviously, give or take, little things come up here and there, whatever. But you should be able to save £10,000 a month. Sorry, £10,000 a year for 5 years from the age of 25. That will take you until you're 30 years old. It's easily possible. But it's not going to happen It will not happen if, and that's why I like my man. Yeah, I don't even know him like that. I've seen his content on Made You Thinking that before, but I don't know him, nothing like that. But he's saying that buying all that drip and that is a waste of fucking money. It's funny that though, isn't it? Yeah, two men are saying the exact same thing. And I can tell this guy has got money. How rich he is, I don't know. What I'm saying is, he ain't working at fucking Asda. I don't think he's struggling to heat his house, or I don't think he's at the fucking food bank. You understand what I'm trying to say? If he told me he had a lot of money, just the way he comes across and that, I know this guy means business. He's a serious man. It's just funny that two men from different, well, he's probably from South London or whatever, but two men from two different parts of town and that still have the same sort of mindset, and we're both doing well for ourselves and that. So, you lot watching this right now, if you're driving that Mercedes, when the lease renewal comes up, get rid of that car. If the finance comes up, you need to end that finance. Stop buying up all this drip. I'm not saying that you can't buy a one Moncler jacket per year, or for yourself for Christmas and that. Yeah, for your birthday, whatever, innit? Yeah, do that if you really want to and that. But just having to wear drip all the time, nah, man. Someone said in my live chat the other day, they think 70% of your wardrobe should be like plain clothes, and then 30% should be drip. That's a good ratio. Yeah, obviously I'd say 90-10, but yeah, if it's 70% plain normal clothes, like cheaper clothes, like let's say like Zara and that, and then the other 30% drip, no problem. But you should not be walking down the streets with fucking 30 grand AP, Breitling, Cartier or Rolex watch. You're partying with poor people. You're wearing this watch to show off around broke people. You're going to the club and you have to go 2 man up, 3 man up to the toilet so you don't get peeled, blood. It's foolishness. So it's interesting to see. This is why I'm saying, that's why I like seeing other people that, you get me, speaking the same things as me. Because a lot of people think that, nah, man, that's bullshit, man. That's a lie. But how can you have 50k saved by the age of 30? And it's possible. You just got to stick to my formula. Obviously, it doesn't start at 25, though. You need to have got some sort of skill, trade, or education prior to that, so that someone thinks you're a skilled enough person, you know, educated enough person, so that they want to pay you some decent money, like 30k, 35k a year, so that you can save the £1,000 a month. Especially if you're living at your parents' house. And if you're living at your parents' house, obviously, as long as your parents ain't like that girl's parents, obviously the video is fake. I believe the video is fake, but that is a real situation that is happening right now. Like I said in the video, years ago, when man was all 23, 24 or whatever at the time, I stood up in my back garden with someone's mum, and they were talking about, yeah, charging their son £500 all in, like she's running a fucking business. So, yeah, man, if you're living at your parents' house, that £1,000 a month, that 10k a year, because like I said, you don't have to save up £1,000 every single month. I would expect things to come up and that, but 10k a year for 5 years, 30k, easily.